Well, guys, are you all ready for papers, please? Because we might start hearing that in the future. Something that was pushed by Tony Blair is literally being adopted by the government again. Though, in all honesty, at this point, I think Tony Blair and Sage are actually running this country. In fact, I'm almost sure of it. Now, today we had The Guardian reporting on the vaccine passports that are now being considered by the government, which means they're trying to work their way around the human rights violations that it will bring, so they can literally force it upon us. And The Guardian even has Tory backbenchers admitting that the Tory MPs no longer have a libertarian base because it is the Communist Party, not the Conservative Party at this point. But the coward is not brave enough to actually put his name to the comment. Not surprising in the slightest, really. They are all cowards after all. At this point, I think our only hope is human rights laws citing the Nuremberg Code, Council of Europe resolutions, and anything else we can, because this is literally creating a two-tier system throwing us back to 1940s Europe. Remember, guys, our ancestors literally fought and died for nothing if this goes ahead. Well, they fought and died to be sold out by these low-life tosspots, destroying the freedoms that they sacrificed their lives to protect. Now, thankfully, some human rights groups are at least commenting on this, so we can only hope they will be ready with legal challenges should the government bring them in. And if I'm honest, one angle that could actually help stop these going ahead is going to be relating to ethnic minorities, who it's reported are dead set against the vaccine in large numbers if the media is to be believed. A vaccine passport discriminating against them could well force Labour and the Lib Dems to go against it, which actually I think the Lib Dems already are. How fucked up is that? The Lib Dems are using more common sense than the Tories in 2021 over this. It actually hurts my brain to even realise that that is the truth at this point. Well, like I said, in relation to this issue anyway, the Lib Dems are more scummy than the Tories, but essentially they're all two cheeks of the same shit-cupboard arsehole. And this situation here is literally proving it beyond all doubt. Now, something else that the backbench Tory MP states will be concerning to some Tory voters, especially those in the new red wall seats. Because to me, it sounds like he is cheering on the fact that the new intake of Tory MPs are a bunch of commies. It wouldn't surprise me, but it should piss off a few Tory members and red wall voters. Here, you know what? I'll actually read it to you. Of course, this is coming from The Guardian, so take it with a pinch of salt, but it could well be true, because let's be honest, I expect many Tory MPs are die-hard Guardian readers. The way they've acted proves it to me beyond all doubt. The article states there is heightened sensitivity about the certificates given the vocal criticism from libertarian Tories. But one unfazed Conservative backbencher told The Guardian, if it gives reassurance in the short term, it will probably be a good thing. I think that the Libertarian base is rapidly eroding, particularly with the new intake. Which to me sounds exactly like I had said before I read it out. I don't know if I am wrong. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think about that bit there, whether it's true, and what the fuck this Tory MP is thinking if he actually said that. It goes on further down. Civil liberties think tank Big Brother Watch called the move a disturbing U-turn, with a spokesman saying it is precisely because of the exclusion, discrimination and privacy concerns that millions of us will never accept them. And I'll tell you what, I am one of them. Even if I had accepted the vaccine and taken it and all of that shit there, I would never be sitting there trying to make it mandatory or expecting someone to carry a certificate around with them. What the fuck is this we're living through? Another says here, the human rights charity Liberty accused ministers of having flip-flopped on the subject repeatedly, which is obviously what the government does at this point. COVID status certificates would create a two-tier society where some of the people can access support and freedom, while others are shut out, with the most marginalised among us hardest hit, Sam Grant, head of the policy and campaign, said. Now let's move on to the bit about Tony Blair and the bullshit that he's been coming out with, and like I said, the fact that he's pushing the government to do this. It says, as part of the proposals considered, the government said it would draw on external advice. Former Prime Minister Tony Blair's Institute for Global Change last week pushed the case for a digital health passport to be used for international travel and access in some domestic settings. Which obviously proves to me that this is Tony Blair pushing this on the government, and Boris Johnson, the tosspot, is actually listening to him. What the fuck is going on here? You really couldn't make it up, except you could. It's the world we live in. It goes on, a report from the Institute published on the 14th of February stated, ultimately proving our health status is going to become a fact of life. Concerns about protecting individual liberties are absolutely reasonable, but as time goes on it is increasingly clear that there's no going back to how society looked before the pandemic. Because yeah, this is all about your health, isn't it? And that bullshit there literally proves it. It says digital health passports aren't about liberty for some and not for others. Well, that is what they will bring. This is our best option to protect our overall liberty by reducing lockdowns more permanently. If designed correctly, this has the potential to restore our liberty, not inhibit it. No, it will restore some people's liberties, and let's be honest, it's giving out private medical information that the government can't even get from a doctor, so why the fuck would they be giving it to a shop? Now, I don't know about you guys, like I said in my video yesterday, I'm going to be writing to many MPs about this bollocks and the fact that the Tory party are listening to fucking Tony Blair. What is going on here? They should be arresting this fuckpig for war crimes, let's be honest. And I would really love to know who this Tory party backbencher is that come out with this bollocks about libertarian bases and essentially saying the new intake are a bunch of commies. I don't know if it's true, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, but hopefully those MPs he's talking about would certainly disavow that bullshit. Not for me, because I don't really care about the Tory party, but for the Tory voters who watch my videos and of course the country in general. Commies are a dangerous bunch of fuckpigs. In fact, they're on par with the dangers that come with this papers please bullshit that we've got here. Both need to be kicked to the curb as quick as possible. Hopefully someone starts crowdfunding legal challenges ready for this bollocks to be taken apart. We're going to need to take it to the courts, I feel, and hope that they're not a bunch of corrupt cunts, let's be honest.